some scary stories. So it's gonna be called So She Forgot. Anyways, we're gonna watch 7. So yeah, we will go.
This is the story of the creepy cat.
And
Don't turn out the lights. It all started one rainy night when Catherine heard a scratching at her window. She peeked out to see a cold gray cat with yellow eyes sitting on her second-story window pane. How'd you get all the way up here? She thought, as she opened the window and took the cat in her arms. As she dried the cat, she noticed a collar that said, Ashes. Ashes? Where's your owner? Catherine asked. The cat just looks back at her, almost like it was smiling. Catherine's mom and dad agreed to let her keep the cat until they found its owner. You can stay in my room as long as you're not afraid of bears, Catherine laughed. She pointed to her beloved old teddy bear, Gus. Ashes just stares at Gus. That night, Catherine fell asleep to the sounds of the rain and Ashes purring. But when she wakes up the next morning, Gus wasn't there. He isn't on the floor. He isn't under the covers.
Can I have
Ashes,
water?
do you know what happened to Gus? Ashes just looks at her, almost like he was smiling. Everyone quickly warmed up to Ashes. He was quiet and calm.
I don't know what happened to Gus.
He spent most of his time just sitting in the hallway, staring up at the pictures of Catherine and her family. The only one who didn't like him was the old family dog, Sadie. Sadie was normally friendly with everyone, but every time Ashes came near her, she let out a low growl.
I think they're in the brown. Well, we all know that dogs don't like cats and cats don't like dogs, so yeah.
Growl. One evening, while Catherine was scouring her room for Gus, she heard a great commotion. She rushed downstairs to see Sadie barking at Ashes, who was on top of a cupboard with a long, thin scratch across his face. Almost too thin for Sadie's big paws, but Ashes couldn't have given that to himself. Sadie was banished to her doghouse for the rest of the cold, rainy night. Sometime after midnight, Catherine wakes up to a scratching coming from outside her door. She looks for Ashes, but he's not in her room. She walked out into the hallway where
I think the cat doesn't like the whole family and wants. So yeah. That's what I think.
all the pictures of her and her family had their faces scratched out. Ashes, did you do this? She whimpered, but there was no response. She made her way downstairs to see Ashes by the fireplace. It looked like he was on fire. Catherine rushed over, but when she got to him, she saw he wasn't on fire, but in his mouth, burning bright, was beloved teddy bear Gus. Catherine let out a gasp. Ashes slowly approached her. As he did, she noticed his shadow was becoming bigger and bigger. Too big for such a little cat. Ashes got closer and closer, leaving burning sparks in his wake. Catherine was too scared to even scream. Closer and closer. All of a sudden, there was a giant bang, and in charged Sadie, barking and snarling. With a wail, Ashes dropped Gus and jumped through the window, running off into the night. Catherine quickly put out the fire. Ashes never returned. The next day, Catherine searched online for Ashes' missing cat, but nothing showed up. Then, on a whim, she looks up all the unexplained fires in her town. There are pictures from many over the years, and somewhere in each picture, amidst the rubble, there is always a little cold gray cat that almost looks like it's smiling.